How's it going, everybody? How's it going? Guess what time it is? It's tea time, and welcome to a TV show review for the first three episodes of Secret War. It's been a long time since I did one of these, so I was like, okay, let me go ahead and try to get back into doing these and start off with one of my favorite TV show and movie I'm not gonna say it's franchises, but nah, it's just Marvel in general. Marvel Studios, Marvel, Sony with Marvel. I love Marvel. Why not get back to doing these with Marvel? And honestly, I could say that Secret Invasion so far is a six episode show, and so far it's like a up and down thing with me. I never really looked into the Secret Wars or not Secret Wars, Secret Invasion with the comics. So this is kind of new to me, but it was still interesting, like clearly the whole thing is about Nick and the scrolls, the past, the present, what's going to happen in the future with them. We get to look at like a more in-depth character, Nick Fury, who's played by Samuel Jackson, one of the great actors, man. And honestly, his role as Samuel Jackson so far is great. I love it, love it, love it. There's nothing about this with Nick Fury that I don't like. I mean, time has passed. He's old, as you can see, with the beard and everything. Since like the very beginning that we've seen him on the big screen. Nick Fury, not Samuel Jackson, just Nick Fury in general. Since he came on the big screen to now, a lot has happened in his life. And if you're watching this TV show, there's a lot of things that you we didn't know about Nick Fury. Well, if you read the comic stuff, you know, but people that don't read the comics or see anything else, there's a lot of things about Nick Fury that you did not know about him that gets revealed in this TV show. But it's not just about him, it's also about the Skrull. For people who don't know, the Skrull are this alien race that basically came to Earth. Well, not half of them. Well, not even half of them, all of them came to Earth because, if I remember correctly, it was explained in like the first episode, I think, or the second. Something happened with their home world, and they fled, and they came to Earth to live a new life and everything. And I think that's when they met Nick and what's her name? Captain Marvel. I can't pronounce her real not real name, but like her name besides Captain Marvel. I forgot what it was. It's been a long time since I've been seeing her movie also. But they came there basically, and things went south because the blip with Thanos happened. And then 5 years passed, and they're like, "Shit, where's Nick? We supposed to be helping us," because they made a deal. Nick was like, "If you help me here on Earth with my things, I will help you here on Earth, or help you try to find some place to live," basically. And the snap happened, and shoot, they basically was like, "Oh, he's been gone for 5 years. We don't know what happened to him. What about the promise he made? We feel betrayed." So half of them is like, "You're not gonna stand for this," basically. And they're led by another Skrull called Gravik. He's played by Kingsley Benadir. Hopefully I said his last name right. I like him. I don't remember no other movie that he's played in, like other movie or TV show he's played in. And oh, he's supposed to be in a new Bob Marley movie. He's in Barbie? Huh. He was in World War Z? Huh. I never known that, but I like him. Just of me not really knowing that he was in those movies off this TV show. I like him. I like the direction they're doing with Gravik. I don't know that much about Gravik either, but I like how they're portraying him. Like, he's the bad guy in this TV show, but he has a good cause. He wants a home for his people. He wants to fulfill the promise that he feels that Nick basically betrayed him on. Not him, not just him, but him and his people. And we kind of get like a small little backstory with him about him and his family. I think that was in episode 2 also. So besides that, I say the things I did not like about. Well, let me tell you the things I liked about everything so far. the story's interesting. The characters in themselves, Nick Fury, Talos, who's played by, he's in my opinion, he's low key carrying this a little bit more than Nick. He's carrying this more than Nick Fury. Talos is played by Ben Delson. Hopefully I said it right. I hope I didn't butcher his last name. But he's playing Talos. Talos is a Skrull also who's been working with Nick Fury since like the beginning of Nick Fury's career. We find that out in episode 3. But I like that we get like we're like getting a more in depth of we're getting a more in depth of Talos also. He also has a daughter, and she's played by Emily Clark, and her character's name is Gia. I believe I pronounced it right. Sorry, I'm so bad with names. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm doing my best. But yeah, she's playing the daughter of Talos, and it's it's some stuff that happened with her too. I like how they doing her character. Like I said, her character. Nick Fury, obviously. Talos, obviously. Gravik, obviously. Yeah, just these 4 characters. I'm like everybody else is like whatever. I really don't care about that they're in here, but I like how they're being portrayed in this TV show. Like I said, the story and plot so far, I like it because this is basically like when the heroes are not around, when all the super soldiers, smart men of the world, um, aliens, monsters, gods that's supposed to defend Earth in tough situations like these, who's gonna do it? Can't nobody do it but the humans. But I feel like at some point, because they just released episode 4, and I'm gonna get around to watching that sometime today and try to get a review out for episode 4 also, or I might just do like 4 through 6 altogether, like I'm doing 1 through 3. I haven't decided that yet, but I wonder if they're gonna bring in Captain Marvel for like at least one of these episodes to like finally secure everything. That's what I'm thinking. Because I feel like she has to be in this. This started with her and Nick also, so it's like, who else are they gonna bring in that understands the situation and kind of understands these people? Can't just bring in like no Captain America or no Iron Man, no none of that, no Winter Soldier. You can't bring in these people. I thought you can't bring them in. Just be like, we're here to help. And they don't know what's going on. If they're just coming in just to help, cool. That would be a good little scene. But I'd rather it be somebody that was in the beginning when all this happened, who understood what the Skrull are going through and trying to find a way to resolve this, basically. But I'm gonna just give my review, not my review, my rating of each episode right now, and then I'm gonna dive into each episode in my spoiler side of the video. Oh, the things I didn't like about this episode, like I said, the story plot is good. I mean, not this episode, the 3 episodes so far. The story is good, but as some not majority. No, I'm saying majority, but so the story and direction of the story is good. I like it, but sometimes it gets boring, and I know this is based around the Skrull, but I wish like they didn't make Nick Fury feel like he was like just like a side character in this. In my opinion, he gives me side character vibes. Because once again, I said Talos. I feel like he is really carrying this TV show. Besides the Skrull and what they got going on, because I feel like things with him hit more than anything. Like, and I feel like it should because in a way this is his people, and he's like going against them, still trying to work with Nick to stop what they're trying to do. At the same time, also trying to protect his daughter. Also, because we find out that in the past they lost his wife and her mother basically. But I feel like she might be alive. I don't know. I don't remember. Like they didn't show that much of her. They just said she's dead. There's one thing to know about Marvel and they movies and TV shows. If they want to bring somebody back, they can, and especially with this because like the scroll can like basically, if you don't know, scroll have the ability to like change their whole body to make you look to make themselves look like you, and they also have the power to well, I'm not gonna say power, technology to like take your whole memory and put it in your head. So there'll be like an exact copy of you. So there's no like fooling. There's no fooling. Well, you can fool them, you gotta know them, but there's no fooling them when it comes to you. Like if you had to like shoot somebody just like the other person you know, and it has a memory, it will be tough. You know, that's how smart they are. Not to mention they also have like their own little strength. Like they're a tad bit stronger than humans. Not like Captain America strong, but they're pretty strong. So there's that also. Um, I'm an action guy, so I mean it has action here and there, but not. I mean I don't think I'm not saying the whole TV show has to be action orientated, but like give me something that's gonna be like, yeah, that was good, that was good. And some of the action scenes is like, uh, it was good, but I was just like, it was I or whatever, you know. Um, yeah, like it's really just those two. Like my attention with this TV series is like in and out sometimes. I only really pay attention when it gets to like a part with Talos. Nick obviously because that's Nick. He's gonna be in here. And I want to figure out what he's gonna end up doing. That's the interesting part. Like how you gonna like save the world basically without the help of like the Avengers. That's what it seems like. But from the first episode, it was like a introduction to what's going on, bringing Nick back into the story, and seeing how everybody's basically reacting to him being back, basically, and we're finding out what the Scrolls' plan are. But besides that, it was okay. I give it like a 6 out of 10. Things didn't really pick up till like the second episode, where it's like they're capturing Scroll, interrogating Scroll, finding out more about the scroll in the past and Talos and Nick having like a little fallout and stuff. Finding about Gravik and more about his plans and what he's trying to do. Like I was interested, so but it still was like okay. So I gave it 7 out of 10, and then it jumped back down to like it was like the weaker one of the both, like a 5 out of 10. Like the only good part to me was Talos and Gravik decided to have a sit down and talk about everything, and that scene was like, yeah, that was nice. That was real nice. And just some other stuff in that episode, I was just like, was it needed? Nah. But if you want to if you haven't seen these episodes yet, and you're just interested as to why I feel some way, and you might want to agree with what I said or don't agree with it, then I advise you to click off this video right now, go on Disney Plus, watch the 3 episodes or all 4 episodes. Like I said, the 4th episode should be out right now as of recording of this video. So go watch them and come back and tell me what you thought about them. But if you don't care about that, or you already seen the 3 episodes and you're ready for me to break down the rest of the TV series from episode 1 to 3 from what I remember and the spoiler side right now, you'll stay here and we'll get into that in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So episode 1, Nick comes back from quote unquote retirement, quote unquote taking a break, quote unquote I ain't ready to fight nobody right now. Because remember, he got blipped back, and when he got blipped back, he was like, yeah, I'm going to space. Fuck y'all. I ain't trying to deal with this shit right now. I need like a mental break. So he just basically up and left everybody. But he comes back. Oh, prior to that, we get to see what is his name? The agent that was Agent Ross. If you remember Agent Ross from Black Panther, both Black Panther movies, the white guy that was working for the government that became friends with T'Challa and all that and Wakanda and stuff. So before they show Nick coming back, Agent Ross had a meeting with another guy, and they was talking about basically what the scrolls were basically up to. But come to find out that Agent Ross, fake Agent Ross, is a scroll. He kills dude, tries to run with the plans, but Maria Hill and I think Maria Hill and Talos catch up to him, and they stop him. Well, he basically dies because he tried to get away. I think he like broke his leg and then he died or something like that. So they was able to stop him from getting intel back to the scrolls basically, and then it cuts to the opening credits of Secret Invasion just like that and everything, and then we get to Nick. So Nick comes back, Maria Hill shows up with him, and they basically catch up, and she's like, she could tell that like Nick's not the same no more still, like you just came back and then you left us again, now you're back, so um what made you come back? They had like a little recap of everything, and then we come to find out that the scroll, they basically want to start World War III with I think it's like the United States and Russia, and while they both end up fighting each other, they'll like slowly start to come in the mix of that, faking to beat everybody and just kill all the humans and take over Earth. They want Earth for themselves because Nick Fury broke his promise. We don't have nowhere to be. We're tired of living like in secret. So let's kill everybody and take over Earth, basically. That's like their main objective. That's what Gravik wants, you know. Um, and they move forward with their first plan, where it's like they wanted to bomb an event that was happening in Russia and try to and have America get blamed for it. So Nick Fury, Talos and Nick Fury catch up also. Nick Fury, Talos, and Maria Hill decide to go to Russia and try to stop it, but they fail. The bombs go off, and yeah, Gravik kills Maria. Yeah, spoiler alert: Maria dies that we know of, which is crazy. Like I feel like in the movies version of for Marvel, I guess she's an important character, and I don't know if she died in the comics. So it's like, how are they gonna do that? If she's really, really dead, dead, how are they gonna do that? I think she's dead, dead because one, when Skrull die and they're like disguising themselves, once they die, they turn back to like their original look, basically. When Maria got shot and was presumed dead, she did not. So, is she dead, dead? And if she's dead, dead, how is Marvel Studios gonna use that in the for future if Maria plays like a big role somewhere? Like, we don't know. I don't know. Are they gonna just have like a scroll that has all her memory just be Maria for the rest of her life while still working for Nick, you know? But we'll find out about that. Yeah, so Gravik kills Maria, Nick finds out, and that's basically the end of episode one. That's basically how episode one is. Nick comes back, everybody's asking what happened with him. Everybody finds out about the Skrulls' plan to start World War III. They try to stop it, and they fail. Episode one. Now, episode two starts right off after that. They go to the funeral for Maria. Nick Fury confronts Maria's mother, and she's just upset, like, why didn't you do nothing to stop it? Or better yet, like, she's dead, don't let her death be in vain. Basically, one of those. So next you know, Nick's on a train with Talos, and he's basically telling Talos, like, hey, tell me something that I don't know. And Talos like, what do you mean? You know everything about us. He was like, nah. Tell me something I don't know about the Skrulls. And Talos basically tells him, like, well, while you was gone for, like, basically 5 years, I had all of our people come to Earth. And Nick Fury was like, are you out of your goddamn mind? So basically we find out, like, majority of all the Skrull are secretly on Earth. And I think all of them are working with Gravik, besides him. So it's like, yeah, I mean, that's what I think of, because right now I have not seen no other Skrull helping Nick Fury and Talos besides Talos. Oh yeah, and I think it was an episode. It was episode one also. Talos runs into his daughter because his daughter's working for Gravik and the Skrulls, and he tells her like, you shouldn't be doing this. Think about what your mother did. She's like, what do you know about my mother? You blew up the band. And he was like, your mother was killed by somebody in the Skrull. You should probably ask Gravik. And that's when she just instantly starts to doubt things like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't be working with him. Maybe I should be helping my father. And it's like, I mean, yeah, I understand that, but like that's all it takes. You've been working with Gravik and the Skrulls for like how long, and your father just instantly tells you like he killed your mother or somebody killed your mother. You shouldn't be working with him. You just instantly believe him. I can understand doubts, but instantly believe him is like I don't think anybody will like just instantly do that. But she also helps them find out the plans for the Russian bombs that happen. So that's how Nick Fury, Talos, and Maria, before she died, found out about that. Um, so after back to episode two, when Nick Fury and Talos had a little falling out, the world is like going crazy because Russia thinks America bombed them. America's like, no, didn't. That wasn't us. Oh, we also get a I guess you call it a cameo appearance from Rhodey, that's AKA War Machine, AKA um Tony Stark's best friend, um Don Cheadle. Good guy, good guy. He's a good actor. I like him. I like him. I like him. I like him. He has a cameo appearance. Nick Fury. Oh yeah, Nick Fury, Maria, and Talos are right now wanted in a way. America wants them because they're like, y'all was there. What the hell happened? Turn yourself in, basically. And Rhodey's like, I'm not trying to turn Nick Fury in, but at the same time, he has to go. And what I mean by go is like, yeah, I'm firing you, basically. And that's what he does. Him and Nick Fury have a sit down. Nick Fury is telling him everything that's going on. And Rhodey's like, I kind of already know about the Skrulls and everything, but still, like, how's being shown right now, you have to be resigned. So I'm basically firing you, and you're out. And that scene right there, Nick was like, I'm Nick Fury. Even when I'm out, I'm in. I like that. That was nice. I like that. But you could see that all this stuff is like having a toll on him. You could see that he's still not the same Nick Fury because afterward he's just like I don't know. I don't know if he's fatigued or if he's like just under a whole lot of stress, which I understand that. But you could tell like all this stuff is starting to get to him. You know, he's losing allies, comrades. He doesn't have all his technology, so stuff is getting tough. But when things are not, when we panel back to the stuff with the Skrulls, we find out like we find like the location. Not we find, but they show us the location of the Skrull hideout. You got the Skrulls that are like still disguised as humans. I guess those are the warriors, and you got the Skrulls that are like just in their original form, where they're just living there. Everybody looks at the Gravik because I guess because he's Gravik, he decided to make charge and everything. And we're starting to see like how the Skrull are like becoming people and taking their memory. They're kidnapping people, disguising themselves as the people, and they're hooking them up to this machine that basically like transfers the Skrulls, not Skrulls, the humans' memory into the Skrull basically. And and oh, also in episode one of Nick Fury's is I'm gonna say acquaintance. I'm not gonna say like uh, um um somebody that's working with him. Well, they're working together, but they're like an acquaintance. In the episode one, they end up picking up one of the Skrull, and what's the lady's name? She's the leader of this group. If I can find her name, not Maria Hill. I think it's Sophia. No, Olivia Coleman. Olivia Coleman, played by Sophia Falsworth, if I'm pronouncing it right. I'm gonna just say Olivia because that's what her name is in the No, Sophia. So Sonia? No, it's Sonia. I said Sophia. Sonia is her name in the TV show. Her real name is Olivia Coleman. So Sonia's group picks up the Skrull and she interrogates him. She finds I like this scene because like how are you gonna find out if this person is Skrull or not? So what she did, she came in there, she cut off one of his fingers, and it turned green. She was like, "Oh, okay, so you are one. This makes my job a lot easier." And as she's interrogating him, we find out there's ways to torture Skrull. Like she stuck something basically up his ass that, not really up his ass, but like she stuck a needle in his ass, and it basically started to make him burn on the inside. I don't know what it was, but they're weak to are they weak, they're weak to fire? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. But she basically had him tell her um, his plans and well, Gravik's plans and everything. And before she get any more information out of him, Gravik was able to find out what they was at, and that's when like the only real gunfight in the whole episode. Well, actually, in the whole series so far, it happened. It was a nice little gunfire. You could see that Gravik is whoever this dude that Gravik took over and took his memory. He has to be like military, ex-military, something because when Gravik went in there, he was fucking shit up. Like he was going crazy. I liked that scene. He was able to save his Skrull brother, not actual blood brother, but like with the Skrulls. He saved him, and Sonya was able to get away. But Gravik doesn't do traitors in any form or way. So before they get back to the hideout, he kills him. And I think not Sonya, Gia was there to see it, and she's like, "Oh shit, maybe I did." Now she's like, "Maybe I did pick the wrong side." So from then on out, she just started feeding her father information about things that's going on with Talos. And while that's all going on, before it ends, we see Talos calling, not calling Gaia. It was somebody else that he knows that's in the scroll. He was like, "I want to sit down and talk to Gravik." We see that. Then we fan back to Nick Fury of him going home and having a wife that turns out to be a Skrull, and her name was Vera. I believe her name was Vera, played by Charlene Woodron. I'm so bad with names. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's how the episode 2 ended. So yeah, it was a lot more stuff going on in episode 2. That's why I liked it more. And then we get to episode 3, which episode 3 basically is like a past to the present thing that's going on. We get to see oh no, episode 2 did it also. I believe episode 2 did it also. Episode 2 went back to the past with how Gravik came to Earth. He lost his father. His father was like a warrior dude or something like that. And you see like a younger Nick talking to all the Skrulls. And he's telling them like, "We gotta work together. You guys lost your homes. And I'm gonna do my best to help you guys. But I need you guys to do your best to help me also. So here's a plan. You guys stay down here. Be my secret agents, basically. Help me when I need to find any information anywhere. And while you're doing that, I will try to find you guys a home or basically some way to live on Earth in secret, basically." So Nick is like, "Yeah, do this for me, but you still gotta live on here and be secret even afterwards if I can't find you a home." And they all agreed in the beginning, but you could tell a young Gravik, he was still like, "I don't like this." But I guess he went along with it for a while until Thanos happened, and then Nick came back and he's just gone again without the snap. So I could see why Gravik's the way he is, because he felt like Nick betrayed them, everything. And in a way, he kind of did halfway. I mean, the blip, can't blame him. Not to mention, like, he probably was looking for a way for the scroll, but all this other stuff was happening. Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Black Widow, Falcon, all Thanos, Ultron, Loki, all this stuff was going on. So I could see why it's like, I'm trying to help you guys, but shit, you got all this stuff going on too. So I get that. But back to episode 3, we also see that I'm just saying Nick Fury's Skrull wife, she at one point was his secret agent also. And you see in episode 3 that it seems like she's now working with Gravik, I think, because it goes to the past where her working with Nick to the present when Nick's asking her basically like, "Who are you?" basically, and she's like, "What you mean?" He's like, "Who am I married to right now? Am I married to my wife or am I married to Gravik's one of Gravik's supporters?" And she basically told him like, "Are you serious? You disappeared for 5 years. That I'm not worried about. But then when you come back, knowing you back, you disappear again voluntarily. So guess what? While you did that, I had to do what I had to do." And Nick's like, "Yeah, I guess, whatever." So afterwards, it fans back to Gravik and Gia, and Gravik's basically questioning Gia like, "Are you sure he was the traitor, or are you the traitor?" Basically, and she's like, "No." She's like, "No, it's basically him. Even if I was under them situations, I would not have told him anything. I'm a good liar." And I feel like that doomed her right there because he's like, "You're right. Okay." Like, "Oh, you're a good liar? Clearly, okay, whatever." So, um, when that happens, he basically also tells like, "Okay, so you're basically coming with me. I'm about to go have a sit down with your dad, basically, because he found out that's what he wanted to do." At the same time, he's making plans for like another mission for them to have to do that's not important, but we find out it's just to draw out the traitor, basically, because as he's driving to where he has to go meet Talos, he's on the phone with one of his henchmen, like, "Yeah, get ready for this right here. We're gonna like basically like have a submarine blow up this plane," basically something like that, you know. And while he's doing that, she's on the side like texting this information, getting ready to send it to her father after Gravik and Talos have this meeting. Now, this right here, best part of the whole episode to me. So Gravik and Talos have a sit down. We come to find out that Talos was once a Skrull general before Gravik, basically. Oh, and I forgot to find out. I think it was in episode 2. We find out that like the world leaders, are they the world leaders? I believe they're Skrull. I don't know if they took over the original world leaders, but I feel like they had to because you can't. For what they're showing is they can't be somebody else without kidnapping them and taking their memories. So they they've been busy, and they all agree for Gravik to be like their basically like general with everything on how to take over Earth and make it theirs. We find out in episode 2, basically. So back to episode 3, Gravik and Talos are having a sit down about everything. Talos basically tell him like, "You shouldn't be doing this. You don't know nothing about humans. Humans are at their best when they're basically being threatened, basically." And he's basically telling that. Basically, I feel like that's like a foreshadow for like the future episodes, basically. And Gravik is like, "I'm not worried about them. I have plans for all this. Shit, I have plans for the Avengers, even if they come back." And his plan basically is to, like become a Super Skrull. And I mean, yeah, I can't wait to see how they do that because you're gonna need more than just. I feel like he's gonna try and make everybody Super Skrulls, which will work. I feel like 1,000 Super Skrulls against the Avengers, yeah, that'll be tough. So that's what they're having with the sit down in, and Gravik keeps mentioning Talos' daughter, and Talos takes a knife and stabs him in the hand. Ooh, but before that happens, he basically like grabs him by the shirt, and then we see everybody get up that's in the building where they're eating at, and they all turn to like Gravik. That scene was cold. I was like, damn, that boy outnumbered number, you know. But after the negotiations, sit down, peace parlay failed, Talos leaves, but not before his daughter, who transforms to an old man, bumps him, drops her phone that she had the information in, and gives it to her father, and they basically separate. So when that happens, we fan to Nick Fury coming into the tavern where Talos is at. I don't know if he knew he was there or it was a coincidence, but he's basically telling Talos like, "I got information on what we can do to like stop this right now, basically, right? Stop one of Gravik's plans." And Talos is like, "After what you said to me on the train, you think I'm gonna just hop up and do what you said? Nah. Tell me, Nick. Say you need me. Say that you need me to help." because you know you're useless without me. And Nick is a prideful motherfucker, but he did it because it's the truth. Because after he said that, and they're driving to where they gotta go to like stop this guy from launching the codes to the submarine that's gonna shoot up a missile and destroy the plane, because he has to set the codes in to do it. They have a discussion, and Tails is talking about like, I don't understand why people be cleaning up dog shit, pets, and all that stuff. What the bam? And Nick Fury is like, I don't know how you don't know that. Been cleaning up your mess since day one, and this where we find out that on the real side, it's been Talos and his people that's been doing everything for Nick. Because Talos is like, are you serious? When we first got here, you was on desk duty, trying to work your way up the ranks, and then just like that, once we start coming to picture, here you are, the Nick Fury, the man, the myth, the legend. Without us, you wouldn't be shit. Basically, that sums up what he's saying. So, if you guys think back to when Nick Fury first made an appearance in the Marvel Cinema universe or even TV shows, and you always wonder like how, when, where with Nick, scroll with Nick. But at the same time, they also needed Nick because Nick was still trying to help them with their stuff too. So, but in a way, I just feel like it's more scroll, Talos, because yeah, Nick was trying to help, still was trying to help them on the side, but it was so much shit going on. Yeah, nah, they helped him more, basically. So they get to one of the Skrull leaders' places, homes, right? Have like a little shootout. They get up there, find him, interrogate him, kill him because the dude put Talos' daughter in his mouth. Basically, this nigga Talos do not play about his kids. I like that. But with the help of Gia, he finds out what the code is to stop the missile launch, and they stop it basically, right? So after they stop it, Tails is like, good, now they're gonna know it was you now. You gotta run. And while she's running, it happens. Gravik finds out, yeah, I set this plan up because I wanted to know who the real traitor was, and it was you. And he kills her right on the spot. That death I was not expecting at all. I did not expect her to die. I'm gonna assume she's dead because when she got shot, she turned back to her original self. When when Talos finds out, oh my god, he is gonna take that nigga's head. I feel like at this point, Gravik has to die. It's over with for him. Shoot, you shoot my daughter, it's definitely over with for you, you know. But right after that, and before the episode ends, we see Nick Fury's wife go to like some place where they have like not secret compartments, but like it's stuff that you store, like a lockbox or something like that. And she opens it, it's a gun. Ooh, what's so important about this gun? Hopefully we find out episode 4. But then she calls somebody saying that she wants to speak to Gravik, and they're like, no, you'll be talking to me. So is she still working with Gravik or what? We don't know. But that's how the episode ends. So I guess you could say from how I was reacting and explaining it, it do seem like a lot more stuff probably happened in episode 3. But I just really just summed up that stuff. Like everything else, I was just like, yeah. Like everything else in that episode was like, I really don't care about. I really didn't, and that's why I feel like I dropped it down to a 5 instead of like probably making it go higher than that. But that's my review of the first 3 episodes. Like I said, episode 1, I give it a 6 out of 10. Episode 2, 7 out of 10. Episode 3 drops down to a 5, man. Overall, I would give everything overall so far like TV show overall is like a 4.5. You know, is it worth your time watching if you love Marvel? Yes. If you're like a good story and you just want to see how it's like gonna end, yes. Is it worth your time? Yes, yes, yes. Is it important to watch so far? No. I'm gonna say no. It feels like this feels like a filler leading up to something else, man. That's what I feel like it is, you know. But I mean, only time will tell, depending like how these next 3 episodes end, and like how things go forward with like phase. Are we in phase 4 or 6? Like I think like phase 4. I mean 5 or 6. How things progress with phase 5, you know. So only time will tell how things turn out. But you know, appreciate everybody that decided to watch this review, man. Links to my socials are all down below. Please follow me on all those. Hit the bell to be notified for when I drop any other content on my channel, man. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you don't mind. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Tell me what you like about this review of Secret Invasion from episode 1 to 3. What are your thoughts? What do you think is going to happen once Talos finds out his daughter's dead? How do you think Nick is going to handle everything from Hero Point out? How do you think the Skrull going to move about things? What do you think is going on in Gravik's mind? Let me know, man. Thanks for spending your time with Tea Time, and I'll see you guys on the next review. Bye.